Hi engines, welcome back to my channel. We are here to do the Orange Blood album reaction. There were 6 songs we needed to do, and of course the 4 B-sides, and then 2 other tracks of Sweet Venoms that are Sweet Venom English version, and then the Sweet Venom featuring Bella Poarch. So I was going to do those separately because I think I either saw or I heard or just somehow maybe made up in my mind that they were going to do something separately for those 2. They were gonna have like a separate like lyric video or a separate like visualizer for those songs. Now I will wait a little bit, or like a performance video, because I know some people will do, for like English versions, they'll do the performance video as the English version. So I'm gonna wait a couple days to see what they do with those. If nothing happens, then I'll go ahead and react to those as like lyric videos. But the first one we are doing is Mortal. Now this is I'm assuming this is an intro track because ENHYPEN loves intro tracks. But I have a love-hate relationship with ENHYPEN's intro track because Fate is so good. And it is, if it was a full-length song, it probably would be my favorite song on the album. But that song, every time it comes on, pisses me off because it's only like 30 seconds of a song. And it's those 30 seconds are so good. And I'm like, why didn't you turn this 30 seconds into a 3-minute song? We could have done the narration at the beginning and then have like a 4-minute song after the fact. Oh, why are their intro tracks so short? But like this one is 3.5 minutes. So it may not even be an intro track. Who knows? But I like y'all don't understand the love-hate relationship I have with Fate every time it comes on. I get so excited and then immediately get pissed off. So, but excited to get into Mortal, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh. Okay, no, it is an intro track.
불멸하는 것은 오직 필멸 뿐. Every world is bounded. And so winter
I love Jake
eventually
Saxon.
gives way to spring. 放たれた矢のようにいつかの終焉に向かってひた走る僕らは 巡り巡る説の中でようやく人生の美しさに気づくんだ Regret, shame, I've tasted their bitter dregs. 불멸 따위 너를 위해 얼마든지 벌어주겠다고 다짐했고
I love the like intertwining of different languages. It's one of my favorite things about their intro tracks.
괜찮았다.
우주의 별빛조차 언젠가 눈을 감아 이 모든 순간이 소중한 걸 찰나의 반복 속으로 새긴 Carpe diem 이제 여전히 있어도 좋아 너와 손잡고 갈 수만 있다면 비밀 속에서도 아름다울 거야
Such is my being, and again, you reach out. 君という光をこの瞳に宿して僕が僕でいられるように温かい息吹を
I love listening to Nikki speak Japanese.
今の僕を作ってくれた You made me whole. 나를 완성해 주었다. 그럼에도 여전히 영혼에 남아있는 저주의 초라한 흔적 化け物の心臓はこの愛もいつかは終わるのだと叫んでいる But even if I'm still tainted by the curse Even if this love won't last forever So
I
what?
feel like we're about to have a Hisung singing section.
시간을 보낼 바에야 유한한 시간 속을
Maybe not.
너와 함께 떠돌고 싶다.
Okay. I knew he hadn't done narration yet, so I don't know if he was gonna finish it out or sing. So this one's longer because they go back and forth between the narration and the singing. And I'm pretty sure they've done this before.
A flower is beautiful, for its bloom is not eternal. I know that now. thoughts of mortality shall no longer bind me to
Okay.
this world.
The previous line reminded me of something, and I'll talk about it at the end of this.
지금 이 순간 최선을 다해 널 사랑하는 것.
限りあるからこそ美しい僕らを守るために今という時間を生きること。
When you open your eyes, remember these reasons. The unwavering orange bright sunrise
So they
reminds me.
kind of hint at all their future tracks for the rest of the album, and I think that's one of the things that makes ENHYPEN's intro track so cool, is because they are like teasing what is to come for them. Jake says, "A flower is beautiful, for its bloom is not eternal. I know that now." That line reminds me, because I have my orange blood. I got them today, but I can't open them because I told my sister I'd wait until she got here to open them, because these are the signed albums. So she wanted to see who I got in person. But on the beginning, or on the front of this album, it says, "Life is beautiful because nothing in it is everlasting." And that's immediately what I thought of when Jake said this. And so, a lot of the detailing is always there with ENHYPEN, which is really, really cool. But I enjoyed this song. Like I said, love-hate relationships with intro tracks because they always sound amazing, and the narration is so cool and it's intertwining, but it's I almost want a full song of narration and a full song of them singing. But this was so good. Mortal was a strong start. So next we have Still Monster, which is something that everybody has hyped about, and I think they promoted this one. This is the one I heard the most. And I think this was the one I was most anticipating in terms of actually, hold on. The one I was actually most anticipating, what is the 5th track? Orange Flower. Because apparently all of my favorites have ended up being the 5th track. I was also told, I don't know if this is one of them, but I was also told that ENHYPEN did a couple of R&B songs, because that's another thing I love. As soon as ENHYPEN does an R&B song, y'all are like, "Emily, you're gonna love this because it's R&B, and we know how you feel about ENHYPEN and R&B." And I love that. I love that y'all immediately think of me when y'all listen to them sing R&B. It makes me very happy, because that's essentially my entire brand, is loving R&B music. So, but I don't know if this is one of the tracks, but I was reminded towards the end of Mortal that y'all had told me that there were R&B tracks in this. With that being said, Still Monster. Okay.
마치 아무 일도 없었던 듯이 그냥 나를 보내 그늘은 좀 없는 눈으로 하지만 나는 알아.
Oh god. That was amazing.
마치 아무 일도 없었던 듯이 그냥 나를 보내 그늘은 좀 없는 눈으로 하지만 나는
A slide vibrato?
내 안에 심연 입을 벌린 채 나를 기다리는 걸 숨겨난 목표 네가 계속 날 미치게
Ooh,
욕망에 날 던지라 수없이
That almost didn't even sound like Jungwon. Oh my god.
입을 벌린 채 나를 기다리는 걸 숨겨난 목표 네가 계속 날 미치게 주체할 수 없는 욕망에 날 던지라 수없이 용서받고 거듭났었던 나인데 Still a monster Become me 널 baby 갈망에 남긴 맘에 이런 괴물 같은 나인데도
I'd be interested to see the choreo to this. feel like they're singing this song stylistically different than they usually would. Ooh, it's very full. Ooh. Ad-lib. Ooh. Yeah, I was a big fan of that one. I don't know if that made sense, but like the song sounded very, very full, even with just them singing by themselves. And like especially that Jungwon section, because I was like, that doesn't even really sound like Jungwon, but it both did and did not sound like Jungwon. But it's because of the way they sang it and the type of singing that it called for in order to like execute that. While I was listening to this, I don't know why this popped into my head while I was listening to it, but I got to see them not live, but I got to see them on TV at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. They look so cute and cozy, and they did an amazing job with their performance. Everybody because we always watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade because that's just like what we do on Thanksgiving. We all get together, cook, and watch that. But like my whole family was here. My like aunts and uncles and grandparents and brothers and sisters. Well, I mean, most of my siblings know who my sister and I listen to because we talk about it a lot. But like my grandparents and their like brothers and my great aunts and uncles who we don't see very often, don't ever hear us talk about it. But we were like, that's our group, ENHYPEN. And we got to show them the performances, and we were like, we just saw them in concert in October, and it was so good, blah, blah, blah. So, like, getting to dote on ENHYPEN, in front of my family, and them, like, physically getting to see them, and put a face to a name was really, really nice. So, but I really enjoyed Still Monster. I like the choreo for this. I can't imagine what it would look like, so I'd be excited to see it. I see they have a Still Monster band live clip, so I need to do that as well. But next we have Blind, so let's go ahead and get into this. Ooh. Okay.
내가 사랑한 불멸 너를 볼수록 느껴 내 필멸이란 destiny.
See, like, to me, that's what Jungwon usually sounds like, and he didn't sing like that in the previous song. Ooh. I like Nicki on the ad-libs. Okay, sign it.
주위가 흐려지다 나만 네 또렷하다 아픔이 너를 증명해 나는 그게 싫지 않아 네가 없으면
He's
어둠
insane. He's
나 빠져들고 말 테니 널 향한 걸음마다 고통이 난 타올라
They sound really good on this song. Not that they don't sound amazing on every song, but oh, but like y'all hear them on this song.
싫지 않아 네가 없으면 어둠 속에 나 빠져들고 말 테니 널 향한
You know what I think it is? I think the instrumental is so simple that it is not distracting at all. What you have to focus on in this song is their voices. And they just sound so good.
나 빠져들고 말 테니
You really just have the snare.
걸음마다 고통이 난 타올라
Because the layering underneath it is kind of mute.
저항도 못하겠어 날 이끄는 욕망에 아파도
Get it,
잡아두고
Summer.
싶은 걸 영원히 내 곁에 너란 빛에 이끌린 채 이대로 둔 눈에 이대로 둔 눈에 흐릿해진 시야 속에 널 향해 두 손을 눈부신 눈면에 이렇게만 못 나가 해도 사랑해줄래 영원히 Oh my love Oh my love
Oh, I like that pairing. Hold on. Nikki's voice is so nice. As he's like gotten older, I mean, like he literally has like grown up in front of our eyes because they just celebrated their 3 year, and Nikki's only like 17. I don't even know if he's turned because his birthday's in December. But like his voice has changed in front of our eyes. And the way he sounds right now is so good. It's a very deep, rich tone. And so when he does like more melodic rap styles or even just like singing in general, it's such a nice compliment to the rest of ENHYPEN's voice. It, like Nikki's parts are some of my favorites in ENHYPEN's songs. Like that specific Ooh, he's a Are we just gonna skip over whoever was doing that in the background? Who is doing? I think that was Young One. Then come back in with Kisa. I like this section. Yeah, I was a fan of that one. Look, ENHYPEN has just had some spectacular music this year because, like I said, Dark Blood was one of my favorite albums of this year, like contender for like my personal album of the year. And they've just been so good. Like even all of these tracks have just like matched that energy in this album. So, and then they came out with Criminal Love as an OST. Like, ENHYPEN just has not missed this year. Oh my god. Okay, so this is our iconic 5th track. We have Orange Flower, You Complete Me. Just based off of the name, I'm gonna assume this is a slower song. This could be an R&B song. I don't know, because they said there were a couple. But if I had to guess with a song like this, it's going to be slower paced. Plus, this is kind of like their closer because the rest of the songs on the album we've already heard with Sweet Venom. They're just different variations of it. So let's go ahead and get into Orange Flower, You Complete Me. This song gives me slight That Feeling When vibes. When this came in,
So I'm yours right now.
Ooh, get it, Jay. My vocalist.
So I'm yours right now.
I really like the chorus. Cause like this is when vocals are in full force. Oh, I like that blossom. Ooh. I really like that section of Heesung in Summer. Woo! Okay. Yes, guys. This was a nice track to kind of like slow things down, end it on. But this was such a good album. Like this was such a nice album, especially for how close it was to Dark Blood. I thought they did an incredible job on this album. Absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. Vocals shine throughout this. Heesung and Jake really complement each other in some of these sections. And because like a song like this is so bright, with like Jake's voice is so sweet, and so it just sounds like extra nice on songs like this. But my vocalist, this, because there was an entire section, it just went from like Heesung to Sunwoo to Jake to Jungwon to Jae, like absolutely carried that entire chorus and was so good. And then you had the more melodic style of Sunghoon and Nikki that sounded amazing. Like I said, I love their voices so much. I saw they did a performance at Mama. I'm gonna be doing like a Mama reaction where I'm gonna like find a few of my favorite stages and react to those, because there's like 5 or 6 I gotta react to, and doing like separate videos for relatively the same award show doesn't make sense to do all those different videos when I can just put them into one. Plus there's like collaborations and stuff that intertwines. So instead of just doing like different, it's just better to do a mama reaction instead of trying to separate all those. But really enjoyed this album. Excited to open my albums when I finally get to. But I will let you guys know on who I pulled and everything. And on my next ENHYPEN reaction. But like I said, I'll wait a little bit to see how what they do with the last 2 songs. And then if I don't see anything, I'll just go ahead and react to those later on. But really enjoyed each one of these. I think Still Monster and Blind are like in a fight for my favorite. But really again enjoyed every song on this album. So, but with that being said, be on the lookout for my next ENHYPEN reaction. Thank you guys for joining me on this. Really appreciate it. Love being an engine. Love supporting these guys. They're so talented, and I can't wait to see their stage at Mama. So I will see you next time. Bye, engines.